All right, what's going on, everyone? Aaron here at Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Thursday morning. We did get to start mowing yesterday. Really all we're gonna do this week, since the weather put us so far back, is we're gonna do our bi-weeklies and then some select lawns that I know need done. I wasn't gonna start the whole route, being that we have all 50 some odd lawns this week and put us that far off schedule. I believe even if we mowed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we would have stragglers left over. So I decided this was the best way to handle it, and then get started Monday morning and put it back in order. And now they're calling for some rain on Monday, but unless it is storming, we're gonna have to mow. I'm not a fan of it, mowing in the rain, but I think there are certain times that it is what it is. So this is the rear deflector for the 30-inch. This is not the original one. This is what you would like, the aftermarket part. On the original one, this is where it goes in to the holes on the side. The original had nipples, if you want to call it that, end pieces here that would hold it in place. This one does not. I put this on 1 week ago. It already broke. All I can do now is drill holes here and secure it to the holes with, you know, zip ties, and hopefully that works. So, you know, owning a company like this, you're constantly dealing with breakdowns, something breaking, always doing maintenance. I mean, it is really non-stop. But look at this. This is my billing book. This goes everywhere with me for work. It goes home with me every night. I keep track of everything I do in books that are in here. I have estimate sheets in here. I have service agreements for new customers in here. It goes everywhere with me. Look at this. My damn zipper broke off yesterday. Look, I can deal with trucks breaking down. I can deal with having to order new parts for mowers and then having to do that. But when your billing book breaks down on you, it hits different. You know, it's like your mowers, you know, they stay in the shop every day, right? When you're done, your billing book, it goes home with you. It has its own spot right at the house just for it. It's just different, you know. You know your season's going long when your billing book breaks down on you. All right, I got to get this rear deflector fixed and we got to get out of here. All right, we got the rear deflector put back on. I drilled a couple holes, zip tied them to the holes where the deflector actually attaches to. That side was still in place, so I still drilled the hole and zip tied it. This is not going to be a permanent fix, but it is going to work for now. All right, we're cutting this one right here. Hasn't been cut in 2 weeks. Well, not from us. The guy across the street keeps cutting it. We were asked to switch it to bi-weekly once the guy's grandma passed away. They found her in the house, and I said, yeah, we'll switch it to bi-weekly, you know, as a favor to him, because the house is being sold. The neighbor across the street keeps coming over here cutting it, and I said, I already asked him once, I said, look, can you stop doing that, because you're going to cut it on the wrong week, and it's going to be the week I need to cut it. And so I haven't cut it in 2 weeks, but I see his tire marks on the lawn from last week, but whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and do it.
it looks good.
All right, guys, I had to turn the camera off at first. I didn't know the grandson was here from California. He's the one who pays for all the services, and I seen him walk out, so he came over to me and he asked if I was the owner. First I was confused because I seen that dumpster, so I thought maybe there was a company here cleaning out that dumpster. So when he said, "Are you the owner?" I didn't know if he was asking if I was the owner of the house or if I was the owner of the company. So come to find out, he's a grandson, and right away he says, "Have you met this effing neighbor over here?" And I explained to him what had been going on, and he told the guy, he said, "Let the grass get long." He said, "I'm paying someone to do it." And this is before I had already said that I told the guy, I said, "You're gonna mess up my mowing, you know, and what I get paid to do." Well, I guess he had said to the guy, without even talking to me, he goes, "What about if you cut it and this guy shows up? He already spent gas and it's time to come cut it and you've already done it." So that was good to hear. I mean, like, the guy did one tree lawn in this backyard, but he let everything else grow. It's like, just leave it alone. Let it all grow. I'll take care of it. So really nice guy. You know, he was, man, it's such a mess in there. Just, I mean, I could smell it just out in the driveway. He said he didn't realize, because his grandma wouldn't let him visit from California during COVID. He said they hadn't had their water on here in over a year, and he didn't know. So you can imagine what's going on inside that house. I guess she was up in her 90s. So what are you gonna do? All right, on to our next one. All right, just edge this one out. Got to finish this one off, and then we got one more. It's brand new. done. Pretty good. So look at this. This yard has looked like this for 2 years that we've been cutting over here. And I was getting something out of my truck just now and a van pulls up next to me. She said, "Hey, do you have a business card?" I said, "Yeah." I gave it to her. I turn around and I noticed that van that van is gone. It must have been her. And I've always said if they ever asked me for an estimate, I would say no, because the yard's just that bad. So I didn't realize it was the person from that house, but they probably won't call anyway. But you know, so yeah, we got one more and it's a brand new one. It's at a trailer park, pretty small, but the first cut, the grass is pretty long. So we're gonna go and see how it goes. I charged him pretty good for the first mow, and he said straight up he needs someone to do it the rest of this year and all of next year because he's having some health problems and some issues with his knee. So get it under control this first cut, and you know, keep it under control and it won't be bad. It's nice and small. So yeah, like I said, the first cut probably will suck, and after that it should be fine. So I think these yards here, because we have so many in this area, all these yards right here, I might go ahead and hit with early spring flyers just all through this neighborhood, because these are the ones, a lot of them, you know, are exactly what we want. Alright, this one's done. Man, this side over here was about knee high. Seriously. And it's going to take several times to trim this all away from the house. It was 100% worse than that. This is like leftovers. I just blew it over here to let it hopefully settle in. Yeah, man. I'm going to tell them that we have to cut it again probably in about 4 days. Not even gonna wait next week around the same time. We got to cut it in about 3 or 4 days just to get it under control. So I think that's my customer right there. We'll go ahead and talk to him. All right, guys, I'm back at the shop. So that customer told me that he's had 3 different companies either say they're going to come out to an estimate and never show up, or come out, do the estimate, and then never show up after. So he was really happy I kept my word about being there today, and I don't understand it. When we're full, I still answer the phone and let them know, hey, we're full, sorry. If it's through Google, we still respond. We have like an automated response. Vicky does that. Unfortunately, our schedule is full at the time. But if you tell someone you're coming, you go. You know, that's pretty rude. That's not right. But anyway, so that customer said he probably has 3 or 4 more other people he knows in that trailer park that are looking for mowing companies. And I actually said, hey, you know, I appreciate the thought, but we're full. I said we weren't really taking customers when we took you, but you're right here. But here's the thing, if he really does, I mean, you've seen how small those are. It only took me longer this time because how tall it was, which, you know, we charged them extra. You know, I do want to get away from our bigger properties. I really do. I said before, I would be happy with loading up a 30-inch in the back of my truck with my trimmer and blower and just going out like that and getting all my lawns done. I'd be happy with 50 cookie cutter property, you know, $35 lawns, that with the 36 and the 30 I can get done in 3.5 days, and have the rest of that time to focus on landscaping, because that's our next move as far as services are involved. We want to up our landscaping jobs. We want to take on more, but you know, to me, like, we still need our lawns in place because that's our regular income from the business. But I don't know, I might tell him to go ahead and give our number to the few people he has or whatever, because we're going to be losing 2 properties soon, 2 bigger properties from the real estate investor, so those will be gone. One is probably going to start mowing his own lawn again. That's a big property, and which is an expensive lawn. I completely understand why he would do that, and I appreciate that he's been honest, you know, being honest by telling me straight up, you know, yeah, I might just start doing it myself. He said the reason he's hesitant is because we do such a good job, especially with the trimming. He said when he trims, it doesn't look anything like ours, and that's a really nice compliment. But so if they do drop us, that would be 3 out of the way. But question, I mentioned about a customer who didn't pay us a few weeks ago. I kept contacting him, sending him messages, and I found out he didn't even own the house. I contacted the real owner of the house, and 30 minutes later we were paid. He sent me a message and he said, hey Aaron, if I prepay you, would you be willing to mow the lawn one more time? At least one more time. What would you guys do if you were going to get prepaid? To me, he was trying to burn us on the pay, but, and yeah, of course I was mad about it, but to me, I try to keep my personal feelings away from the business. So we ended up getting paid, and in my mind, if he's going to prepay me, the money is secure. So I am thinking about it. You know, what would you guys do? I mean, to me, it's money. So, all right, everyone, I'm out of here. If you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep them edges clean, boys. I'm out.